Alright, so this is me, Jay, Nutbwallers president, and here I am with Russian, right here, who wants to talk about last night's game, final game, 7 of the Spurs and the Heat final series. Take your thoughts, man.
First of all, last night, the Miami Heat won the NBA championship back-to-back 2 years in a row, and they beat the San Antonio Spurs 85-77. This is the first time San Antonio lost in NBA Finals.
85-77, 95-88, dude.
Oh, okay, excuse me, 95-88.
Yeah.
7 points. You know, this could have been the 5th ring for Tim Duncan, who's in 16th year at the age of 37. He's no longer.
Let me ask you,
at the dominance of his career.
What are your thoughts about last night's game? I mean, what are your thoughts? Give any opinions, any concerns about what happened to the Spurs or how they lost the game that badly?
They were being double teamed. There was cold shooting by Danny Green, who was scorching hot those early parts of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And also, let me see. They didn't play their other.
It was
bigs.
said that Danny Green, because he shot 1 out of 12 in that game, is because it was said that he was under the weather. I mean, he was feeling ill. But I don't know if that was necessarily the reason for it, because when Kobe Bryant had to play through sickness, he still scored like 20 plus points in a few games from a long time ago, if you remember that.
Yeah.
So
it's the same for Michael Jordan, because in that, I think it was Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals against Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
He had a flu and he scored like 35 hits, and they won that.
Yeah.
They won that game.
Danny is still young.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, with Jordan, that's when he was like 34. That was back in '97.
Yeah.
Jordan was like
still a long ways to go.
At
But
the best.
I feel bad for Tony Parker, just as that he was also being hounded, man. He's been hauled by a bunch of other defenders out there. He were really hounding them out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're really trapping those guys. Marner was doing okay, except that he made a really terrible mistake in the end. I gotta say this, man. It's just, I mean, it was just disappointing enough, and I can really feel the frustration in the Spurs.
Yeah.
It's just like, the Spurs would have had a chance to win the title.
Mm-hmm. However,
it just slipped out of their hands when Tim Duncan missed both of those shots. Now I just feel really bad. It's I mean, they made it this far. Yeah. Do you believe that they're gonna keep the same team, in your opinion?
It all depends, because it depends on Ginobili whether he returns next season.
He's a free agent already.
Free agent, yes.
This summer.
Yeah. Tim Duncan is like 2 more years. And it's the end of it. And Tony Parker, I don't know, he still has left in the tank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But and it's also on a sad note that Tracy McGrady, the former superstar for the Orlando Magic and Houston Rockets, came close to getting his first ring. Mm-hmm. Behind the bench with the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, it sucks that he didn't get playing time.
Yeah.
I know. He had to deal with a lot of those injuries. He was a former scoring champ.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the elite, and 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But now it's just he's just washed up.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of has been at 34 years old.
I know, man.
I
I gotta say this. I think the Spurs will keep the same team. For as long as they're still. I mean, this is one of the most amazing Spurs teams I've ever seen, with better class, and you got a really unbelievable franchise.
Yes.
Better weaponry. When you got a really improved bench, and their free throw shooting is better too. Believe it or not, they got really good free throw shooters. I mean, not like good 80% shooters like what Oklahoma City has, but they're better than what their free throw shooters in the past. I would keep the same team. There's really no concerns between those guys, but I mean, because of age, the aging between Tim Duncan, Manu and TP. It's that's all on them because we don't know if they're gonna be together for that long. But we'll see what happens in the summer, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Spurs are still a tough team to beat. But,
yeah.
You know, I gotta say.
And don't forget, there might. I mean, you see OKC with a healthy Russell Westbrook coming back next season.
Yeah.
And the Clippers will possibly new coach me Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
And Kevin Garnett could be arriving in Lob City to help Blake Griffin win his first ring. And for the Lakers, I mean,
Lakers will be another topic. So
yeah, so
cut that one for now.
Right. Oh, I was talking about the Clippers. But
what about the Clippers? All right, you know what? Cut the fucking tape for now.